Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am covering the third game from round 1 of this tournament. Here, Richard Rapport, the most creative, unpredictable grandmaster on this planet, opens with the Trompowsky Attack, a sharp middle game pawn sacrifices, cascading exchanges, and then a stunning sequence where every single piece comes off the board, leaving a completely equal rook endgame. 27 moves of fireworks ending in a handshake. This is chess artistry. Let's break it down. Rapport, playing as a white, started with d4. Knight f6 by Grandmaster Ruslan Ponomariov. Bishop g5. The Trompowsky attack. Instead of mainline, c4. Knight f3. Rapport immediately pins the knight, and f6, aiming for imbalanced position from move 2. As you know, Richard Rapport, he never plays boring, theoretical lines. d5, e3, c5. Bishop takes knight, g captures f5. The decision, bishop takes f6, g takes f6, white trades the bishop for a knight, giving black doubled f pawns. This is classic Trompowsky attack trade-off. Bishop b5 check. Bishop d7. Bishop takes d7 check. Queen takes bishop. Rapport trades both bishops immediately. Both pairs of bishops come off in the first 6 moves. This is highly unusual. Normally, white keeps at least one bishop, but Rapport is a different person. But Rapport's point is the structural damage to the black's king side is permanent. Knight f3. C takes d4. Knight takes d4. e5. Grandmaster Ruslan Ponomariov, a former world champion, 2002, responds perfectly. He pushes his e5 pawn immediately, gaining central piece, activating his position, and making those doubled f pawns into a strength rather than a weakness. The f6 pawn supports e5 pawn and controls g5. Knight b3. Knight c6. Queen e2. Black castles on the queen side. Grandmaster Ponomariov castles queen side, the most aggressive decision. His king goes to the safety on the queen side while his rooks can use the g file. This is fighting chess from the former world champion. Knight c3. Bishop b4. Ponomariov pins the knight c3, threatening to double white's pawn. Excellent piece activity. White castles on the king side. Rook h g8. The rook swings to the g file immediately, eyeing on the g2 pawn and preparing rook g4 or rook takes g2 ideas. Black is generating real threat. f4. Rapport strikes first on the king side. The f pawn advances, supporting e4 and preparing f5, a direct thrust at the black's king side. Queen e6. Ponomariov centralizes the queen, covering both the king side weakness and eyeing the long diagonal. Rapport pushes immediately. He wants to close the king side, fix black's pawn on e5 and create a blockaded structure where his knight can find the right outpost. Queen e7. Rook fd1. Bishop takes knight. Ponomariov strikes. He trades the bishop for the knight, doubling white's c-pawn. Now white has the c2 and c3 pawn islands, a structural weakness. Here white has doubled pawns. Rook g5 looks active. The rook attacks f5 and has a nice outpost. But in chess, activity must create concrete threats. Rook g5 doesn't force white to do anything specific. Queen c7 was purposeful, threatening d4 and coordinating all black pieces. This is the difference between looking active and being active. c4. Rapport immediately exploits the inaccuracy. He pushed c4, challenging black's central d5 pawn and gaining queenside space. d4. Ponomariov strikes in the center. The d-pawn advances, forcing white to react. This is the correct counterplay, using the passed d-pawn as a battering ram. e into d4. e takes d4. Both sides trades, and now black has a powerful d4 passed deep in white territory. Queen takes queen. Knight take queens. Queens come off the board. Both players agree to simplify, but the position is far from over. Knight into d4. Knight into f5. The knight captures the f5 pawn, winning material and opening the f file for black. A forcing sequence begins. Knight into f5. Rook takes knight. More exchanges. White's knight and black's knights both disappear. Rook d3. Rapport centralizes the rook, preparing to swing it to f3 or defend the third rank. Elegant defensive technique. Rook a5. Ponomariov activates his rook, eyeing the a2 pawn. Rook f1. Rapport protects f7. Now comes to the fireworks. Rook takes a2. Ponomariov wins the a pawn. The rook penetrates to the second rank. Rook takes f6. Rapport takes the doubled f6 pawn. An equal trade in a material sense, but now white's rook is on the 6th rank. Rook takes c2. Black captures c2. Now black has two active rooks, one on a2, now c2, and one on f5. Rook captures rook. King captures rook. Rapport sacrifices the exchange of rooks, giving up the d-rook to activate f-rook ideas. Rook takes f7. White wins the f-pawn, but black immediately counters. Rook takes c4. Ponomariov takes c4. Now white's win b7. Rook takes b7. Rook c7. And black immediately challenges white's rook, forcing a trade on b7 or c7. The position is completely level. Both sides have a rook on the 7th rank, equal pawns, and no winning chances for either side. The draw is agreed on move 27. This was a brilliant chess. If you like my content, please subscribe for full daily coverage of this tournament and the candidates. I will be covering the games from round 2 and 3 of this tournament. So please stay tuned, and also please don't forget to solve the puzzle that I have kept for you on this screen in the corner. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.